All right, good evening, everybody. It's your boy Akeen, and welcome to the Football Source NFL blog. Continuing with my rankings for the 2015 NFL Draft. For this blog, I'm here to talk about my top 10 defensive ends. I have a decent group for you guys. Starting at number 10, Heiloli Kihaha out of Washington. Now, last season he had 13 sacks, a great year. At number 9, I'm going to have to go with Martin Ifedi, the defensive end coming out of Memphis. Now, last season he had 10.5 sacks, and I do like his size at the defensive end position at 6'4", 270 pounds. At number 8, a familiar name, especially for me, Devontae Fields coming out of the Big 12 and TCU. Now, he's actually no longer with the team. He parted ways from the school because of the assault issue that he had with his ex-girlfriend, and he's no longer with the team. But when he entered the Big 12 Conference as a true freshman, he was not only the freshman defensive player of the year, but the defensive player of the year overall, and won both honors, and I still have him as my watch list for the 2015 NFL Draft. At number 7, coming out of Kentucky, Alvin Dupree. Now, he was actually on my watch list for breakout performance of the year of the SEC Conference. He's 6'4", 267 pounds, and he definitely plays with great tenacity and good attitude. At number 6, Cedric Freed out of Texas. Now, I know a lot of people, guys, are already scratching your head. He is my guy from my Texas Longhorns. Now, he had 10 sacks last season, and I actually have him as my defensive player of the year this upcoming year. But Jackson Jeffcoat no longer with the team. It is all up to Cedric Reed to step it up at the defensive end and become a phenomenal pass rusher for the Longhorns. At number 5, Lorenzo Mauldin out of Louisville. With Chris Smith now gone, he's now a Philadelphia Eagle. It is Mauldin's job to step it up as the defensive end. Now, last season he posted 9.5 sacks compared to 14.5 sacks last season from Chris Smith. So Mauldin's definitely going to have to step it up and be a leader, at least in that defensive line. At number 4, I mentioned him earlier today, Leonard Williams out of USC. Now, I have him as my number 1 defensive tackle, but I mentioned that he could play the defensive end position, and he is a good pass rusher. Decent number last season, 6 sacks to go along with 73 tackles, which shows he could definitely get in the backfield and even help stop the run to help out the run defense on defenses. At number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Mario Edwards Jr. out of Florida State University. Now, I see so much potential of this kid, and I remember him particularly coming out of high school, becoming one of the nation's top recruits. I do like this kid. Hopefully, he can step it up this upcoming year. At number 2, I'm gonna go with Shalik Calhoun, the defensive end out of Michigan State. Now, he definitely became a big name for himself entering this season. I think he's a phenomenal player, and I think he would definitely be a final candidate for many of the Defensive Player of the Year awards in college football. And at number 1, this was an obvious choice for me. I'm going to have to go with Randy Gregory, the defensive end out of Nebraska. Last season, he had 10 sacks, but one thing he does need to work on is his durability. He is a little bit injury prone, but I still have him as my number 1 overall player because when he is healthy and he is on the field, he is extremely dangerous, and I do like this kid a lot. So that wraps things up with all my top 10s for today. I will finish things off tomorrow with the remaining defensive positions, and I forgot one particular position on the offensive side, my top 10 tight ends, but I will post those all tomorrow. Thank you for watching today's vlogs from the Football Source. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.